What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake 72 and my co-host Philly 500. Welcome to episode 5, the Philly Shakedown podcast. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know the draft is as well. It's gone now. The draft is well aware to be past us now. So I'm happy that things are kind of settling down a little bit. There is a lot of news this week. We have to go over some things, but. How you doing, Philly? How's everything going?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a hard few weeks or a busy few weeks, but I am doing good. I'm coming on the other end of it. Tomorrow's Mother's Day, so don't forget that out there. But I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. How about you?
I'm good. I want to go over some news, obviously, that's going up, and shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. Appreciate everybody being here today. What's going on? King Rolex says, "What's good, Philly Shakedown?"
What's happening?
What's going on, man? Let's see. We got okay. So we have to go over. Obviously, we were getting Kerryon Johnson, the running back from Detroit. Which was really surprising, actually. After a few days ago, he was released from the Detroit Lions, and obviously a little bit of injury history. But what do you got? What do you think, Philly, about the Kerryon Johnson?
I absolutely love that pickup. I thought it was a great pickup off of waivers. I mean, it's not costing you anything, but here's a guy, in my opinion, and I told you a little bit about this yesterday. In my opinion, is going to compete with Jordan Howard. Because that's who I think they're bringing him in to compete with. And competition makes everybody better. He's got some speed. He's got some physicality to him. Can catch out of backfield. Great pass blocker. I loved it. I thought it was a great move by the Eagles.
Yeah, Kerryon Johnson's like I don't know if he's more like a bruiser back, but he definitely isn't afraid to run into people if people are in his way. So, I think he's a nice balance. But I like all the bodies they are bringing in. They're bringing a lot of competition. First linebacker, receiver. Now you go to the running backs. You have 8 running backs now, which is kind of crazy. So you could have a Kenneth Gainwell competing with Scott. You could have
Professor Kenneth Gainwell.
Professor.
Doesn't his name sound like a professor? Like paging Dr. Kenneth Gainwell. Please come to the laboratory. I mean, that's what he sounds like, dude. He's like a professor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I think Boston Scott could be, it could be running. His time could be running short because there's other running backs now. They're going to bring more to the table. We're getting out of this, era where the same players were coming here. We're starting to see some change with some positions, obviously. But it should be fun. I mean, this camp should be fun. We didn't have anything last year, really, because of COVID. So I think it's going to be really nice to see, camp and everything, and finally some preseason games, which should be a lot of fun. So
I just want to watch the battles. I want to watch what goes on and hear about mini camps and OTAs and all that stuff, because that's all part of the battle. That's all part of winning the job. And I want to hear how these guys look, man. I'm very excited about a lot of these young rookies we got.
Yeah, definitely exciting. So Howie Roseman was on Sirius FM radio, talked about Jalen Hurts, kind of gave us an indication that I think Hurts is the guy. Maybe he's been the guy all along. So I don't know what you think about his comments on that and the plan behind this offseason.
It's so hard to know with Howie Roseman. We've heard so many things that they wanted Zach Wilson, that they want Deshaun Watson. At this point, without drafting a quarterback, right? And at this point, the Eagles they have to be committed to Jalen Hurts. So he almost has to say that. Like if we're being honest, he has to say that, because you're not going to go out and get anybody else. Whether they really believe him or not, I don't know. It's hard to say. There's been so many rumors. But I was happy to hear him say it none the least, because I think you have to go. Look, me and you have talked about this before, Joey. The quickest way for the Eagles to be good again is for Hurts to be successful.
That's where it starts. I mean, that's where we're going to kind of veer off. You have these 3 first-round picks potentially next year. You have 10 picks now because you trade the 6 and the 7 for Washington's 5th. Right. So now you got 10 picks. You got a future right now. You have a future where you could draft a lot or trade for some good players next year. So we really don't want to draft a quarterback next year and waste that pick. So we're hoping that Jalen Hurts does work out. But his work ethic has been fantastic. I think it was a couple days ago, he was working out with Miles Sanders, Dallas Goedert. Then the next day, right after that, it was Greg Ward, Quez Watkins. I mean, it's crazy. I've never seen so much on an Eagles quarterback, how much he's been like, I don't know if maybe it's a sign from him to tell the fans like he's getting prepared. He wants his fans to get excited about him and what he's going to bring to this offense.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about it.
I am very excited about him too. And I love hearing about the work ethic and working out with those guys. I think he's been great so far. Now we got to see how it turns out on the field. But I think Jalen Hurts, like I said, quickest way for us to be Super Bowl contenders for him to work out. Because imagine if you go in to next year and you don't need a quarterback in the first round.
Right.
Now you have 3 first-round picks. If you need a quarterback, you potentially might have to trade 3 first-round picks. So it's a huge deal for him to be good.
Yeah, so you want to take these Deshaun Watson rumors and kind of just get rid of all those rumors. I mean, it's ridiculous right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's so hard to know what's really going on. We just don't know. We hear Deshaun Watson. I mean, every time a report comes out about Deshaun Watson, the Eagles are linked to it. The Zach Wilson, same thing. It's like, what the hell's going on? Give this guy a year and let's see what he can do.
You drafted him in the second round. I think maybe this. Well, obviously we found out so many smokescreens about this team. Even Ian Rappaport said the smokescreen team of pretty much the offseason was the Eagles. Okay, first it was they were trading up to the 3rd overall pick to get a quarterback. Then they trade from 6 to 12 to wait for a quarterback to fall. And then we heard news that they were building around Jalen Hurts after the Carson Wentz trade. And then we were hearing all these quarterback rumors. So. And then they were going to move up to get a cornerback. I mean, there were so many different things that were going on. They had to protect themselves in the draft to make other teams think they were doing something else. So to see that Jalen Hurts is the guy and kind of how he putting himself, to say that, he didn't say he's the starting quarterback, but he said, he's going to go get the job and take it. You know what I mean? I think that's been the offseason plan.
I think so too. I think so too, and I love it. I mean. I'm all in on Jalen Hurts, and I'm especially all in on Devonta Smith. That's my boy.
That's your boy. Got 125-850 says we're better than people think. People look at last year and they judge us from how we played and our record 4-11-1, but they don't take the fact that we had an NFL record 13 different lineups.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think if you get Brandon Brooks, Lane Johnson, Kelsey, and let's say they all play 16 games, I don't think this team is going to only win 4 games. They're going to be a lot better than that. You know what I mean? This team could win a division. They might win a division. They may be the bet to win the division. I really think that people are overlooking this team. I swear. It's not even funny.
Yeah, there's been too much short-term success with some of these wide receivers and obviously with veteran favoritism. So it's hurt this team tremendously. That's why we have so many unknowns at linebacker, so many unknowns at receivers. So, I mean, the offensive line's got to stay healthy, obviously, because that was, 14 changes is ridiculous. But, drafting Landon Dickerson is a future piece for us. You have Jack Driscoll, Nate Herbig, Jordan Mailata hopefully starting at left tackle. And then obviously with Andre Dillard, you're hoping that maybe they could cross-trade him. Maybe they could do something with him. And
think about this. I mean, Driscoll, Herbig, all those guys got a lot of playing time last year. They all played. And so now you get a coach and a coaching staff that apparently is good at developing these guys. Well, they've already got some game experience. And not only that, dude, we have a 4th place schedule. We also are playing in one of the weakest divisions in the NFL, okay? And we have a coach who hasn't coached on the field. There's no tape on what he's going to do. So the Eagles potentially, however the schedule comes out, they could start off really hot. Which puts them in contention the rest of the year. Anybody that thinks the Eagles are going to just be trash, they got something else coming.
Yeah, because I think this team going into 2021, we might not have any flashy. It might not be flashy. It may not look like we've made some flashy moves, but This team is going to be a tough, competitive team. I think Nick Sirianni and some of these players that we don't really know are going to create a new culture for this team when the season starts. I think this team is going to be as tougher than everyone thinks. Like, I don't know why everyone puts us down. I have a reason why. Like you said, like the young coaching staff.
Right.
We've had a lot of short-term unknowns with a lot of players on this team. We didn't go out and spend, millions of dollars in free agency. Obviously, we had no cap. So it's, I think there's a lot more that this team is going to do. I just feel I'm getting a good vibe going to this season. I really do. I'm not afraid.
I do too. I think we're going to sneak up on a lot of people this year. Mm-hmm. It's going to be nice.
We got Dr. Peppy.
Yes. Dr. Peppy is here.
I had to put this up. Hope everybody stay. What?
What a handsome man. Look at his thumbnail.
Hope everybody's staying safe and not doing something dangerous like cartwheels.
Dr. Peppy. That was classic. We were going crazy at that point.
Oh, yeah, we were done. It was a done day. So Sparks says they tweeted. So talking about the Giants tweeted out that graph on Twitter, a pie chart saying that they want the Eagles week 1 of the season badly, and I hope they get it.
We should get it. It should be a Monday Night Football game at the Meadowlands in that stinky home that they play in, and we should go in there and beat them. I think it'll be great. It'll be a great victory.
Yeah. I'm tired of facing Washington every single year. The first week of the season, Cowboys, Giants every single. It's ridiculous. Like, they need to change it up.
Just the off season, right? The Giants beat us one game. They hardly ever beat us, but they beat us one game. They're feeling all good about themselves. We go in, we tank, and we lose. They don't get in the playoffs. Then we go and we take Devonta Smith out of their hands, and they just must hate us so much right now, and it's so beautiful,
It's
I
great.
want them. I want them week 1. I think that the buildup all summer long of that week 1 game versus the Giants would be so awesome.
You want it in Philly or do you want it in MetLife?
No, I want MetLife. Give him, let him play at home.
It should be fun.
And then just go in there and beat the crap out of them. It would be beautiful.
Yep. What's going on, Johnny Blaze of man? How you doing, man?
My man.
Love Brody. What's going on? Nikki Cunningham. What's going on? Ouch, salty. Let's see. Here we go. We got Simon Messidor says, I just want to say this. I'm going to say it every time I get a chance. We need to go draft Derek Stanley Jr. from LSU and continue building our defense.
That's it. Yeah, well, is he talking about the corner, right?
I think it's the cornerback, yeah. If I can
remember. Hey, look, if Hurts works out, then we can use our first-round picks for that. Imagine if Hurts is the guy, and you have 3 first-round picks. Now you can say, we need a defensive end, we need offensive lineman, we need a cornerback, we need 2 cornerbacks. I mean, there's so many options. Hurts is the key. It really is.
Yeah, it starts our whole offense. Like, that, they really have to be, like, what are you taking, like, as if for the season? Like, are you, like, is it 7 or 8 games and you're satisfied? Like, what do they have to do? Like, honestly, they can have an okay record, but could play real poorly. So, obviously, like, we have to play at some type of standard. So, like, record-wise, or what are you looking for this year?
I mean, record-wise, I haven't really thought too much about it. I just want to be competitive. I just want to go into the final weeks with a chance to win a division. But most important, I think, is that I want to see certain guys develop. Like, I want to be able to finish the end of the year going, Jalen Hurts is the guy. Jalen Hurts is our guy to build around, and let's go. And we don't have to worry about it. I want it to be an undisputed fact, And then I want to see Devonta Smith win Rookie of the Year or have a very good year and show us that he's the guy also. And if we have those things and some of these young guys develop, I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Yeah. Definitely. So Damian Francisco says 8 running backs and like 3 cornerbacks. How does that work? So what do you think of how many running backs we're going to keep? Is that going to really depend on how many receivers we keep at the end of the day?
I don't know. The roster's 60 now. You can keep 60. Is that what it is?
I think that's what it is.
I think that you probably keep probably 7 wide receivers, and then you're probably going to keep maybe 4 or 5, probably 5 running backs, maybe 6. I don't know. I don't know how they're looking at that. It'll be interesting to know.
Yeah, definitely. We have 159 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here tonight for the Philly Shakedown, the 5th episode, which is crazy. It's going by real quick every single week. So if you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. Guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And if you guys haven't subscribed to my guy Philly 500, my co-host, please his channel, his link is in the description below. Please, you will not regret it. Please, as much as you guys can, check out some of the content we put out. We've been working our tails off before the draft, after the draft. It's the busiest time. It's been a lot, but it's paying off. You know, it's all of what we're going through. So
in some ways, it's more work than the regular season, because the regular season you get the one game a week. But things just come in all of a sudden.
Yeah, a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation, a lot of different things going on.
Yep.
So King Rolex 276 says, what does Howie Roseman have to do now that we're post draft this season for him to get contract extension?
I'm still very skeptical of Howie when it comes to eyeing talent, but I think most important for him is Nick Sirianni and these guys got to develop some of the young talent he drafted, not just in this past draft, but the year before. What about Rager? What about Quez Watkins? What about Miles Sanders? Does he take that next step? Does Dallas Goedert show that he's a number one tight end? Like, if those guys are developing, maybe even Derek Barnett, who the hell knows? But if these guys developing, I think you have to re-sign them. But those guys have to show something.
Yeah, like Howie Roseman needs to. Obviously, I think they need to see what your building block pieces are, keep whoever you're going to keep and extend those guys. Like that's the problem. Like, I don't like that, Eric Wilson's on a 1-year deal. I don't like these 1-year deal signings. I can't stand that, because then it's then you don't know if they're willing to come back and they're not locked in, so they could leave.
Go ahead.
You're good.
No, I was going to say that this draft, we saw all of Howie. We saw the good, the bad, and just the Howie vision. You know what I mean? Like we did. Like the day one, that move to get up and get Devonta Smith was what he's very good at. Trades and those kind of things. Then day two, I think not that he took Landon Dickerson. I have no problem with that. But just the maneuvering at 37, I thought he could have done better. And at 70, I think he could have handled doing it better. And if he played it a little different, a little smarter, I still think he could come out with another player.
I mean, do you think Landon Dickerson would have been there in the 3rd round? Some people are saying that he wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, but see, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know that when teams take somebody early, a lot of times that's what they say. But my thought is this. If you let's say you took JOK at 37. At 38, I'm trying to come back in and get him right away. I'm trying to get back up. I'm not waiting. If they liked him that much, when I hear people say, well, the Patriots were going to take him or this team was going to take him, that's just speculation. We don't really know.
Right. Like, what do you think about even like when you get that pick with Landon Dickerson, and it was funny because we were sitting there and we were like, okay, he had one ACL, but then the news started coming out slowly. It was like 2 ACLs, 2 season-ending injuries, 2 knees, two ankles. So it got worse, and we're sitting here and I think you called it out perfectly when you said it's really between the analytics department and the scout team department that are kind of going head to head.
Yeah,
that they're looking at more analytics, more upside than they are of how many injuries a player has had. So, I mean, obviously, if he works out, he stays behind Kelsey this year, learns a little bit, and he does a good job. And, by 2022, I mean, you potentially, that will turn into an A+ signing. I mean, that's definite.
I think if he plays, he's a stud. He's going to be a stud. I'm not even worried about that. Just stay healthy. I will say this, though. I thought the Sidney Jones draft pick was more risky than this pick because that was an Achilles off of a cornerback.
Right.
I had no problem with him. And even when they drafted him, I said, I have no problem with the pick. I worry about the injuries, and I just wonder if you could have gotten him a little later,
So I want to ask you, too, about the cornerback position. Like, with Zach Mcpherson, like, what do you think of him as a player? What do you think he's going to, what chances do you think, he has in starting? And kind of just everything with him, because obviously across from Darius Slay, we really don't have anybody right now. I mean, Devontae Maddox, and that's it.
There's nobody there on that other side that I'm like, oh, yeah, well, he's the front runner to win this job. So can McPherson win it? Why not? I mean, why not? from what I've read of him, I liked. I haven't really watched any tape on him yet, but he's a decent sized corner, decent speed, comes from a family that played football and baseball, pretty smart guy. And then you have Jonathan Gannon, who is supposed to be very good at developing these corners. I mean, what if a guy like Avonte Maddox, what if he's not that bad? It's just that he had bad coaching, bad development. We don't know. We still have some young guys. Now, I still think they should bring in another corner. I would bring in a veteran. But, I'm willing to give Jonathan Gannon the opportunity to develop some of these young guys too.
Yeah, we just need more buys. I don't even think on that undrafted free agent list, I don't even think we have any corners on that list. I could be wrong, but I don't remember seeing one.
No.
So maybe that shows maybe they're going to make a move. I have no idea. But because Darius Slay can't do it by himself. And Zach McPherson is not promised, but he's a good balanced corner. He could play zone. He could play man. He could do a couple of good things. So,
yeah,
like I'm gonna give the kid a chance. I mean,
absolutely.
See, yeah. I think the one thing I do like about him is he's tough. He's got his tackling is really good. He reminds me of Malcolm Jenkins when he tackles. He takes good angles when he tackles, barely misses tackles, so that's a good thing as well.
Yeah.
We got a super chat from Class Outage says, with Ertz and Goddard lined up, who else do we need with who we got now? Who we got now to keep the field wide open?
Who we got with Ertz and Goddard lined up? Who else do we need with how we go now to keep the field wide open? Well, I mean, I think I assume he's talking non-tight end, right? So
yeah,
I think a guy like Devonta Smith. You have a speed guy, hopefully a deep threat like Rager. That's what we want him to be. A Quez Watkins. I think all those guys should have more space to work, especially Devonta Smith. I mean, they're gonna be looking to, lock him down or shut him down. You're gonna open up stuff for Ertz and Goddard. And then I think that if you look at how they're going to run their offense, I think we're going to see a much better running game. So that running game is also going to create a lot of space too.
Yeah, and they've already kind of said like even moving Devonta Smith. Do you think they'll move Devonta Smith around the field? Kind of go matchup wise or whatever that they're going to do.
I do. I think they're going to move him all around. I think they're going to have fun with him, dude. I think Nick Sirianni. I think he's dialing up stuff for him.
Yep. We got Gene Corden. Thank you for the super chat, man. He says, unless we make the playoffs, how we'll get an extension. Any thoughts on that? Also, I think our four horsemen are Sanders, Gainwell, Johnson, Jordan.
Sanders, Gainwell, Johnson, and Jordan. Interesting. Possibly could be that. Those could be your running backs right there. As far as I don't think the Eagles are going to not extend Howie if they don't make the playoffs. I don't think that that's the case. Because this team doesn't feel like, even if you look at how they drafted, nothing was really done for next year. It was done for 2-3 years down the road. Even Devonta Smith in a lot of ways. But Landon Dickerson, he doesn't need to start at center next year, right? Milton doesn't need to start. I mean, none of these guys need to start right away. So I don't know that they're going to hold it against them. I mean, what if the Eagles are not purposely bringing in another corner in kind of a de facto tank where we want to have a hole, get a better pick, and then, but we don't want to say it. And they're not going to admit to it. I'm just saying. So I don't think that depending upon he makes the playoffs, it's going to matter if he gets an extension. How some of the young guys develop. And whatever nude photos of Jeffrey Lurie he has in Mexico, also, does he still have the photos?
As long as we see the young guys develop, all our draft picks at least make some plays this year, we're seeing that there's something going on. Development is happening, and they're getting better every single week. We're going to evaluate this throughout the whole entire year and really check this out. And then by the end of the year, we'll figure out, is Nick Sirianni and his coaching staff developing these players well? And I think that's where it's going to come into account because I think they are developing coaches. I think all of them are. I mean, especially Jonathan Gannon on defense. I think, he could turn some guys into some really good players. So obviously you've heard, Stephon Gilmore trade rumors with the Eagles, actually trade for him.
Yeah.
That would be something that's, intriguing. But at the same time, do you want to pay a cornerback a lot of money at 30 years old? And do you think it's the right time to do it right now?
I would not do it if I have to give up a draft pick.
No.
I wouldn't do it. And I know Gilmore makes the Eagles better, but I don't know that he makes them Super Bowl contenders. Now, if they had one hole, if you want to say they're one corner from being a Super Bowl contender, then you go for it. But I don't think I would. What I would do, and people don't like this, I would trade Ertz for Gilmore. Now, I know New England signed 2 tight ends, but I could care less. And the reason I say that is because a team like New England who went all in is going to always look to upgrade any position. Yes, they paid those guys big money, but that doesn't mean much, especially when you have a team like the Eagles that are willing to eat $33 million in dead cap. I don't care. And if you can't trade Ertz for him, then I'm not giving up any picks. I'm keeping it young.
Yeah, and especially if just say Howie gets fired, another GM is going to really like this job, and he's going to say, it's going to really.
Louis Riddick.
It's gonna, but don't you agree though? It's going to attract. It's gonna at least attract some GMs to come here if they say, hey, there's 3. I mean, you know what I mean? Like Urban Meyer with the Jags. I mean, I don't think he's the head coach over there. If that first overall pick was right there with him.
Yeah, very true, very true. And I gotta wonder though. I mean, what would it really take to get Howie Roseman gone? He's made so many mistakes. He survived Andy Reid. He survived Chip Dip Kelly. He survived Doug Peterson. Now he's on Nick Sirianni. I mean, I don't know what it would take for the owner to get rid of him, honestly. I don't think he's on the hot seat. I honestly don't.
It's crazy. Even like with the draft drama that happened and everything like that, you would think that maybe, that really turned me off. Like that second, third round of that draft, I was mad that whole day. I was during that stream. I was just so like I kept thinking about it. I'm like, we see all these other war rooms. They're having a good time. The Detroit Lions that were like jumping up and down and hitting tables and doing all that. And here we are like recording the worst moment that we possibly really don't need to have right now.
I know. It's crazy, it really is.
It's ridiculous. So, you're probably right. I don't see any type of, because really at the end of the day, like Howie could think he's drafting the best players, but if these guys aren't getting developed, Howie could say, well, these are good players. They should have been developed a lot better. So it's like how much of the coaching staff are you going to get rid of each year?
And I'm not a big Howie guy, okay, but he has a point. If I'm drafting guys and I have Doug Peterson, who we all know can't develop anybody, okay? He did not develop anybody. So he does have a point. And the only way to get, like, past Howie Roseman is we have to bring in another coach, somebody who can develop. And then we will that's the only way we're going to know.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. We got a super chat from JC Eagles Talk. What's going on, man?
My man.
Sup, fellas? Love y'all channel. What do you think our record will be? And if we finish last in our division, who do you think will get fired?
I think nobody gets fired if we finish last. Not year one.
No.
I think the Eagles will not finish in last. I don't think we're going to. Giants! But I don't think the Eagles are going to finish last. But record-wise, I think the Eagles can win between 7 to 10 games. Somewhere around there, I think, is fair.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. At least I said like 7 to 8 games, and at least we see some upside with this offense and this defense. As long as I see some of these draft picks, work out, and as long as I see, Jalen Hurts especially, because we're going to be keeping an eye on him all year to see what he's been working for at this whole offseason. So,
but I'll tell you what, if Jalen Hurts comes out first few weeks, remember in 2016, Carson's rookie year, they come out 3-0 with Doug Peterson. If they come out 3-0 and he's playing good, everybody's in trouble. They're in trouble because I don't think he's going to play good and then just crash. I think if he's got it, he's got it. The one thing I love about Jalen Hurts is he's cool under pressure, man. He does not get rattled. And I think people are going to I think they're in trouble. I think the NFC East is going to be shocked.
Yeah, I want to get the Giants the first week. I just want to put a nail in the coffin, just get this done, just get this over with, so...
I hate the Giants so much.
David he says, this is what I think. Devonta Smith is going to succeed early, a couple 100-yard games, and he's going to start getting double team while he's getting double team. Goddard and Rager are going to eat.
Hey, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I'll take it.
What's your thoughts about Jalen Rager just as a player, and obviously what you saw from last year going into this year, and what are you expecting out of Jalen Rager from a Nick Sirianni offense?
Well, here's the thing. I know a lot of people give up on Rager, and I think it's really quick. I try to have a rule with rookies that you don't judge them on their first year. It's always take the first year as their starting point of where they're starting and then where they need to go. So you want to see how they jump year 1 and year 2. And don't forget, last year there was no OTAs, no rookie minicamp, no nothing. These guys had to learn on the fly. Then he gets hurt. My concerns aren't whether Rager can play in this league. My concerns more with him are, can he stay healthy long enough? Because he's been banged up a few times. I think Rager with Nick Sirianni, I think there's a lot of talk about him going to the slot. I think that could be pretty awesome, actually. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with him. I don't know if they would put him in the slot and maybe kind of give another receiver a chance, because obviously this wide receiver, this whole group is going to be huge competition. I can't wait. I want to see. That's why the more bodies you add, just like there are the linebacker, the wide receiver, and running back now, I just think you're just going to have an overall better team. And
I agree.
And you know what I mean? So
I agree. I totally agree. And I think the battle for that other receiver spot, like you got Fulgham, I think is legit. I think Quezwalk is legit. I like this Grimes kid, right? And then I think Hightower and Umbrella Man may be in trouble.
Yeah, no, I agree. I said Hightower. I said obviously J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I said Greg Ward maybe. That just depends if he's in it. I mean, I don't see Greg Ward playing on the outside anyway, unless maybe they put him on the outside. But I think he's more of an inside guy. And honestly, played really well with Hurts. I think both of them had really good chemistry during the year when he jumped in at quarterback. So
yeah, I think Greg Ward makes it. He may be a backup, but I think he makes it.
Yeah. We have a super chat for Class Hours. Thanks very much, man. He says, only way I'd give up a pick if Gilmore guaranteed 10 for us. I'd rather sign Sherman. Are you guys going to go live every game? Hashtag underdogs.
I go live for every game. I always stream the Eagles. It's a big event, though, because I pace and I yell and I scream. But it is what it is. As far as Gilmore, I don't want Sherman. Give me somebody younger,
Yeah, I think Sherman's washed up. I think Sherman, there's already talks about him going back to the 49ers. He wants to go to a team that's loaded, you know what I mean? Try to get a chip. So, I mean, at this point, I think Steven Nelson would be your free agent target right now if that would be the case.
Yeah.
But we would just have to wait and see.
Now, I did hear something or read something. I don't know if it was true or not, but there's talk that the Eagles may be trying to bring him in for a workout or whatever next week. But we'll see.
Who, Nelson?
Yeah, I don't know if it was a true post or what, but I did read that, so I'm just kind of wait and see. I didn't want to do a video or anything on it because I couldn't confirm it.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, if that was the case, then yeah, it'd be really good. I mean, you had a Steven Nelson. I mean, he's a solid cornerback. He's 28 years old. He's in his prime. Sure. He's a good corner. He's not bad at all. It would give you some assurance at least.
I would like to see them maybe try to bring Gary Conley in. He's another young guy, talented. Maybe a Gannon can develop him.
Yeah, just need some direction. So.
Yep.
So I want to talk about the undrafted free agent class. Who is your favorite undrafted free agent that you're really excited to see and really shake up this roster?
Trevon Grimes.
Yeah.
Grimes, and it's not even close because I think he is what the umbrella man was supposed to be. And if you look at all the receivers we have, Devonta Smith, Rager, Watkins, Hightower, I think he's really the bigger body guy, that you need. And I think he's got a shot to make this team. I really do.
Yeah, no, I think so too. It's weird because his separation is fantastic. I think his catch radius and just the way he could grab it, he's a 50-50 ball, like a possession receiver, but he's got, he'll run into you if he has to. He's just very lengthy and could just these amazing catches that he can get with double coverage. I mean, he's jumped up. I mean, as athletic as he is, I don't know how this kid wasn't drafted at all. I really don't.
I don't know. I don't either. I was thinking maybe it had something to do with the whole COVID thing last year because I don't know. It seemed like he should have gone.
Let's see here. We have Borsener 15 says, Howie out as GM of Louis Riddick. What do you think? Who would you want?
I want Louis Riddick. I want him.
He makes sense. Every time I watch him, when he talks about the Eagles, he's thinking the same as the fans, or as at least we're thinking.
Yeah.
Almost 90% of the time.
I think he would be a great GM.
Yeah. I got Turbo-tastic. What's going on, man? He says Smith is perfect fit with Hurts. Hurts in the games he played, he loves the middle of the field. Devonta Smith is a master of route running in the middle of the field. What did they say about Devonta Smith at this draft?
Best route runner.
Best route runner.
Yep.
And could be the second best player in this draft.
That's
other
right.
than Trevor Lawrence. Could be the second. I heard that, a lot of people are saying he's just, the Eagles got the second best player in this draft.
Yeah, some NFL executives and scouts are saying second best player behind Trevor Lawrence.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What do you think about the tight end position? Obviously, there are like Caleb Wilson, there are, Jason Kroom, Hakeem Butler's, a few guys there. And obviously the Eagles are bringing in Jack Stoll from Nebraska.
Yeah.
That's actually got really good. He's got some good separation. Like, he's got some reliable hands. I don't know what you think about Jack Stoll.
I haven't. I mean, I've watched only a few highlights, so I can't really give you a definite. But from what I've seen, he's got some talent, and I still assume Ertz is not going to be here next year. So you should have an open spot there. And I'm not sure, is Richard Rodgers still on the roster right now, or he's off free agent? So I wonder if they bring him back or something like that. Butler, I think a project. We have to see if he develops. But I think, I think it's going to be interesting to see some of these young guys. But a tight end number 2 is something we might need if Ertz is gone.
Yeah, no, I think so. Like, that's why, like, at least that's why they have to give this camp. They have to give it a chance and just see what these guys could do. Like, I mean, look, if they want to add more bodies, go ahead. That's fine, because at least we have a few preseason games. We have some time to develop some of these guys. But, you want to make sure Dallas Goedert's your starting tight end on a contract year, because if there's a guy I want to extend next year, it's going to be Dallas Goedert.
Yeah.
If he plays well and obviously stays healthy, it just seems like every 6 games he does get hurt, a little nicked up a little bit. So
I know.
That's what usually does happen.
It does. No doubt about it.
We got Jason Brown says, the 2 best YouTubers ever, Joey and 500. Love the content, guys. Keep up the amazing work.
Thank you,
Appreciate
buddy.
it, man. Appreciate it, bro. We've been working hard. We have 202 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you guys haven't liked the stream, like the stream. If you guys haven't subscribed to Philly 500, his link is in the description below. If you guys don't know who Philly 500 is, I don't know what you're watching, what you're doing every day of your life. He's got a lot of content, very funny, very entertaining. You got to check him out, really. And by the way, we do our the Philly Shakedown podcast is every Saturday. We alternate channels every Saturday at 9. This is just for the off season right now. Obviously, when the regular season comes, we'll work out a different schedule and what we're doing. Obviously, because we have games on Sunday now, so we might be changing some things up. So
yep.
Let's see. So if we were going to go into this season with Nick Sirianni, this offense, what they're doing, do you think with the offensive line as of right now, do you think Andre Dillard may be cross-trained? Do you think that Landon Dickerson might, obviously he's not redshirting as Howie said he's not redshirting, but do you think he's going to at least try to have him play a little bit, or do you think he's strictly just going to be learning this year?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. Howie says he's going to play. But the question is do you want him to master and learn one position, or do you want to move him around? Some people say he could play guard and center. I hope, for me personally, just being the fact that he's been injured, I would say dress him, let him be a backup, and let him learn behind Kelsey, and just give him the year to learn. Let him learn the position. That's what I would like to see them do with him. I don't know that they will. As far as Dillard, I would consider moving Dillard to guard. I don't think Dillard is a left tackle. I don't think he can play left tackle. I think Jordan Mailata is already better than him. So I would look to either trade Dillard or try to see if I could cross-train him and make him a guard.
Yeah, I think Dillard's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay healthy. His body isn't even holding up well right now. I mean, he's really got to. I don't know what the case is, but I mean, I like the depth we have right now. That's why even trading Andre Dillard now, it makes no sense because you have with Nate Herbig and Jack Driscoll. I mean, what really tells you about what they thought even last year, even with Jack Driscoll, they didn't even start Matt Pryor at right tackle last year. I mean, Lane Johnson was hurt or whatever was going on with him. They started the rookie last year. Yep. And really the only two things that he did wrong in that game, I think he blocked the wrong guy like twice. Other than that, I think he had a pretty good, solid game. I thought he had a really good game. So
yeah. The whole thing with Dillard was weird because he played at left tackle. He looked okay. Then they moved him to right tackle, and it just all fell apart.
Yeah. Yeah, it blew his confidence out. That's not what you do. If you have a guy like with Jordan Mailata, it's different because he's never played football. He didn't come from a college football school. You know what I mean? So you can move him wherever. I think Mailata's played left tackle, right guard, something like maybe even right tackle. I don't even remember. Yeah. But I mean, even with Matt Pryor's he's not great. I mean, he's filled in, but I don't think he's anything special. But it's a body. So obviously there's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you get Lane Johnson and Brooks and Kelsey all healthy, they're going to be it's going to be a good offensive line.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's why even that second round pick, you kind of wonder like why are they drafting a center? It's more of a future move, but Kelsey could. Maybe they have word that Kelsey is going to be gone after this year. You never know at this point because it seems like they just drafted him pretty easily. Yeah. And kind of want to bring him in and kind of get him behind Kelsey now, and that is already polished enough. I mean, this guy. The film, I could watch this film all day, just manhandling linebackers. It's something to watch.
He's fun to watch.
Let's see. Got 6 Bob OMS says 500 Dillard stunk, but 7th round pick Mailata by Howie was genius, like a crypto low cap gem.
Like a crypto low cap. Well, I mean, I mean, look, he made the pick, so you give him credit for it, but. I wonder what those late round picks like that. Sometimes you just don't know. You bring in them and you hope. I don't know.
So even if you go into like the defense and even go like at the safety position now, Rodney McLeod probably going to be out a little bit. What do you think about the safety position as of right now? Is it Kevon Wallace getting his shot? Is there anything promising? Or I mean, it's really hard. Last year, like this, no one got a chance. That's why it's like we're pressing the restart button with some of these positions.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about the safety spot, to be honest with you. I think you got to give Kevon Wallace a shot to play, and hopefully he can take it up upon himself and be a good player. But safety to me is not some position I feel good about at all.
No, I think after losing Malcolm Jenkins, do you kind of regret like releasing Malcolm Jenkins? Because really on game day, you really never worried about this defense when this whole defense was glued together by him, and really you covered up and you band-aid a lot of positions when Malcolm Jenkins was moving around the field too. So
and of all the older guys that they don't keep, he was the one guy you keep. In my opinion, I didn't like getting rid of Malcolm Jenkins. It didn't sit right with me.
The Saints wasted no time. They wasted no time getting him. So we're just going to have to, we need to find the voice of this defense. And obviously, hopefully, we develop that in a certain player this year. Yeah. That's why we want JOK or somebody in this linebacker core.
Exactly. That's right. That's why I wanted JOK. That was my foundational part of my defense.
But now looking back at it, like with JOK and the heart problems, would you have drafted him?
Yeah.
You still would have drafted him?
At 37? Yeah, at 37, I would have. Because he was a top 20 pick before that whole thing. I mean, I don't know what the heart problems were. Where did he go? He went in the 40s, so he didn't go much later. I would have took a shot on him, but that's just me.
Yeah, no, I mean, you wanted a day one starter. You want your first two picks to be on the field. That's why that second pick is just, I understand why they did it,
Yeah.
but I think it was just the wrong time. I think it was the wrong formula to draft a guy that's going to, not going to be able to start until next year. I just think that,
Yeah. Well, like, let's say they did take JOK at 37, right? And then
Right.
let's say they came back up to 42 or 40, and they give up their third round pick and a second round pick, or they give up something big, but they get up there, and then they take Landon Dickerson. Nobody's complaining at all. Nobody's complaining. Nobody's worried about it. It would be genius.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of how I see it.
Got a super chat from Class Outage. Appreciate it, man. He says, wide receiver 1, Smith. Wide receiver 2, Fulgham. Slot, Rager. I think Grimes fits anywhere in that core, a.k.a. young Alshon. I like Nelson, but curious who's the cheapest cornerback.
I really wonder about Gary and Conley, because I don't know what kind of offers he's getting. And Nelson may be too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they really have to. I mean, I think Steven Nelson's going to get. I mean, it's not saying he's going to get a big payday, but he's definitely going to be, between maybe $4 to $8 million, something like that for the year. If it's a 1-year deal or something, which you'll probably sign him to that.
Yeah.
But I honestly, with Conley, I don't think he's. I don't think he's going to get anything big. I don't think he's going to get a big contract. I mean, he hasn't really. He's really. I mean, he had a good rookie year with the Raiders, and then really he's been bouncing around. He hasn't really been good. It went to the Texans, I think, after the Raiders, and that was really it. They didn't work out his option, and that was all.
I think the Eagles are going to bring in 2 corners before training camp starts. I think we'll sign 2 corners, but we'll see when.
Yeah, that's why you would trade for Stephon Gilmore. I just think if we have to give up draft picks, like they want 3rd or 4th round, whatever they're trying to get, because originally last year, they wanted a player and a 1st round pick for a 30-year-old corner. That he's a good cornerback.
Yes.
If it was next year and we need maybe we were 1 or 2 pieces away on our defense, it'd make more sense. But this is a building team right now that. Really, do we need to fork out enough? We've already paid Darius Slade, and that defensive line's making more money than God right now. So, does it really make any sense to sign another cornerback to big money?
It doesn't to me. Not if I have to give away picks. If I could get them without having to give away picks, then fine.
Yeah. And if you go into the linebacker core as of right now, it's still up in the air what's going to happen. Like, who do you think the best linebacker of this cover as a balance of coverage and obviously blitzing and everything else as a linebacker? Who do you think is the right man?
Well, that's a great question, because I think linebackers are going to be one hell of a battle at training camp. I mean, I think most people would probably say Alex Singleton, baby arms, but I like TJ Edwards the best out of the group. I think he's decent. And then you got guys like Davion Taylor, Sean Bradley. Will any of these guys develop? I want to know, because we got a lot of young linebackers that have talent, but none of them have shown us yet that they deserve to take the keys. You also got Wilson. I like Wilson, but he's 1-year deal. So, that's the issue with him. Obviously Wilson's probably the best linebacker on his team. But when you talk about the guys that were here last year, it'd probably be, I would say, TJ Edwards. I like him better than I like Singleton.
Yeah, Jannard Avery could probably play really well, too. It's probably another guy because he's moving from defensive end back to linebacker, his original position.
Right.
We gave away a 4th-round pick for him. We changed him to a defensive end. I don't get why they do that. They get guys out of position. They change their position. I guess they thought Jannard Avery could play on the edge. He doesn't have long arms. That's the one thing I can't stand is when you have guys that don't have those long arms to play defensive end. I think you have to be really lengthy to play that position. I think that's where it makes more sense. I really like the defensive end a lot from Coastal Carolina and Tavon Jackson. What's it? Taron? I forgot. Taron Jackson. Taron Jackson.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a nice rotational piece, and I think we really have to focus on him this year, just because Derek Barnett getting paid $10 million, probably going to walk after this year, and then Brandon Graham probably going to walk after this year too. So these guys really have to step up, even with those picks in Milton Williams at defensive tackle and Taron Jackson. It seems like Jonathan Gannon's really happy. He was really excited in the war room. He was jumping for joy. So I don't know. Like, I like the Milton Williams pick. Don't get me wrong. I actually like that pick. He's got explosiveness. I think they said something about his weight, that he's got to, maybe got to put his weight up a little bit.
Right.
But he's got that short space speed. He's got that explosiveness in the middle. So
I mean, I have no issue with them. Give them a chance, but defensive end is an interesting position, because the Eagles could very well go with one of their first round picks at defensive end next year. They may need a defensive end. I don't know what's going to happen with Derek Barnett.
No, I don't know either. I don't know why he's getting paid that much money. I thought they should have at least extended him or something. Yeah. I mean, just to lessen that cap number. I mean, if you're not bringing Ertz back for a $12 million cap hit, why are you keeping a guy that's making $10 million on your roster right now? So it really makes no sense to me at all.
I totally agree. I don't have a lot of confidence in Derek Barnett. I don't. I want to, but I don't. And I hope he proves everybody wrong. Hope he has double-digit sacks. That's what we need from him,
Yeah. Got a message from a Golden Eagle, says Nate Gary got to deal with 49ers as a cheerleader on the sidelines.
I heard he's the captain of the cheerleaders.
I wonder what they think of him. I wonder what they even think of him as of right now. I don't like. How do you acquire a player like that?
But boy, if they want to know what I think of, all they need to go watch my Pittsburgh Steelers versus Eagles live reaction, because I lost it on that guy. He pisses me off like nobody else.
I forgot the receiver. Who was the receiver that burned Gary? I forgot, that just got drafted a couple years ago.
The kid from Pittsburgh. Yeah. God, it's slipping in my mind.
As soon as he lined up in the slot and they moved him on the inside, I knew that was a touchdown right there, right when that play happened.
Yeah. Gary stunk, and he's like, he is like what I think the problem with Doug Peterson, Jim Schwartz was. They liked certain guys, and no matter what, they just kept doing the same thing over and over and over again. They couldn't develop him. He was too small anyways.
Yeah, no, definitely not. JC Eagles talk with the super chat. Appreciate it, man. He says, look, fellas, I said the Eagles draft replacement for the guy y'all just mentioned. Thanks for the shout out yesterday, 500, trying to get 100 subs.
Yeah, man.
If you guys haven't
right now,
if you guys haven't subbed up JC Eagles talk, please, guys, really, we don't steer you the wrong way. Subscribe, sub him up, guys.
Yeah, really. Man, I appreciate you calling into my show yesterday, buddy.
We got 229 people in the live stream, guys. Appreciate everybody being here. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. This way you can see these podcasts every single week, every Saturday. We go back and forth on each other's channels and go over news of the Eagles all year. This is what we do full time all year round.
It's our thing.
So if you guys haven't checked out Philly 500 either, please subscribe to his channel. Link in the description below. All the links are down there as well. So appreciate everybody being here, guys. Let's see here. Let's see. Billy Covington Jr. says, can we get a cornerback that can turn their head to see where the ball is and not play with their back to the quarterback?
Well, some of that you wonder is like, because how come is every corner we have the same issue with that? Every corner we had, you wonder if they were even teaching these guys how to do it. Yeah. So hopefully with the new coach, you start to see those kind of things stop,
Even with Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills at corner, like there were a lot of times where they were in good position, but even Ronald Darby being as short as he was, like he just got dominated by bigger, taller receivers, and that was the problem.
They just never turned their head. It was the weirdest thing. So yeah, I agree, and I really think that because it was so many of the corners, it was like all our corners. I don't think they taught them that.
Yeah. The Black Line, what's going on, man? He says, I like Williams, too. He plays D-line like a running back, really shifty and explosive. Interesting to see where we play him.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's going to play inside, but we'll see,
I mean, we have to. I mean, with Javon Hargrave and Fletcher Cox, they need to. Like, I'm telling you right now, my eyes are going to be locked in on those two players, especially with Javon Hargrave coming. Obviously, had the injury last year, showed up for a couple games late in the season, then disappeared
Yeah.
again. And then Fletcher Cox, I'm really upset about Fletcher Cox. Like, the wrong side of 30 looks like. I don't know if he's starting to dip down in production, but 6 games with a sack and a half. I know he had 6.5 for the year, but it's not even about the sacks. I mean, I'm not even seeing him. I'm not seeing him get those pressures like he should be getting.
I think he was. I mean, I think early on in the year last year he was hurt, right? He was coming off of surgery in the summer or something, and I'm hoping that he rebounds. We need him to rebound this year.
So if he has a bad year next year, would you?
Yeah, I would.
You'd be up for a trade for Fletcher Cox?
I really thought when they signed Hargrave, I thought that was a plan for 2 years down the road to move on from Cox, anyways. So, yeah, but I would have to. I would, because I think you could still get something for him. So do it.
Brad Wright says the next time a cornerback turns his head, my reaction will be like y'all's when Devonta Smith was drafted. That was the best night ever. That was a good night.
It was.
That was a historical night.
Yeah, it was definitely historical, and that's an epic stream because it was just going so bad the first 9 picks. Like, it was not like Pitts goes to Atlanta, and then Waddle goes at 6, J.C. Horn goes early, Surtain goes at 9, and you're thinking we're done, and I'm seriously thinking like we're gonna have to trade back. At this point, it's time to trade back. And then out of nowhere, boom, they trade with Dallas. Giant fans melt down. I mean, it was a beautiful thing.
You would think the compensation would have been a lot more for a trade. So obviously, with both those corners gone.
Look, I give Dallas. I mean, if you're Dallas, you got a 3rd round pick. They weren't going to take Devonta Smith. They were going to take Parsons regardless. So to me, they got a 3rd round pick for free. The Eagles gave a 3rd round pick. They had 2 and ensured that they get Devonta Smith. I think it was a good trade both ways. I'll even say this. The Giants trading back at that point was a good move. Their problem was I think they reached on Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say, yeah. Yeah, he's a 2nd-round receiver, and you're gonna have a 1st-round pick. That's he's gonna sit on the bench, or they're gonna use him for something. I don't know, but I'm not saying Kadarius Toney's a bad player, but it's just they could have taken advantage because you spend a lot of money in free agency. You have a big chance to add a player that could contribute. You know what I mean? And they could have did it right there. They could have did. They could have took Parsons at that point if they really wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they could have. And he would have been a great pick for them. But I mean, they traded back and they got a 1st round pick, so I get that. But I just thought, man, when they were picking I forget it was 20. Like, I thought they were going to go offensive lineman because they didn't draft one single offensive lineman.
Right.
And to me, that's what they really need.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we thought. We thought maybe they would have been, maybe picking Slater. Maybe they would have done something there. But after that Denver pick, we were scared. I mean, we were done. We thought we were finished.
Yeah.
It was over.
Once Denver took Surtain and everybody's off the board, you knew they wanted Devonta Smith. We all know it. I mean, there are reports coming out today that the Giants were livid when the Eagles traded up, with Dallas. They were pissed off because they were thinking Devonta Smith's going to fall to us. We're good. And that's who they were going to take. No doubt in my mind, they were taking Devonta Smith.
Yep. Hey, I think that's what scared me the most. When those 2 corners were gone with Carolina and Denver, that's where, because then I'm sitting here, what are they going to do next? So it
was just crazy because I didn't think they would trade with Dallas. And I see Dallas trade. I'm like, Dallas made a trade. Crap. And then I see the Eagles logo. I'm like, whoa, wait, what the hell just happened? And it was like, whoa.
It all really started when Kyle Pitts went to Atlanta because I thought Atlanta would have at least went for a quarterback. I think that was kind of a little surprising, but we saw that there was news that, the Atlanta really liked Kyle Pitts, and then the board just fell from there. I mean, it was bad.
Well, Cincinnati takes Jamar Chase, which to me is so stupid. They needed a offensive lineman. I just think that was a dumb pick. And then Miami, Miami's taking a receiver. I thought Miami was going to take Devonta Smith. but they
Yeah.
take Waddle.
Right.
And then you're thinking, okay, you got Smith and Horn will be there. And then Horn comes off the board, and it's like, what is going on?
Yeah. But, I mean, we got him. As long as, whatever happens to Howie Roseman after this year, I'm just glad we got Devonta Smith. We have a true number one receiver. Like, we have.
Absolutely.
I'm just so happy about it. Still pinching myself over. I'm still like,
I know.
Can't believe it's happened.
I know. I'm waiting for, like, something to say, breaking news. It was a mistake. That night, the Eagles actually traded Devonta Smith right after drafting him. It's
crazy.
It is crazy.
We're going to go for a couple more minutes, guys. Well, we're going to go over a few more things here. There's a few. God, StreamYard is so annoying.
Oh, yeah.
They have to make something else. At least if they try to. Here's the one thing about this: they have to try to, if you leave off at a certain comment, like if you read something else, like there should be like some type of thing where you can like bookmark like a certain spot or something like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Never does it. We got Anthony Hand says, do you think Travis Fulgham can make the leap this season? I heard his maturity problems and route running got him phased out of the offense down the stretch.
It's going to be a great question. He definitely has the talent. He definitely has the talent. And it was crazy that he had that stretch of like 4 weeks where he was just a stud. And then Alshon Jeffrey comes in and that was it, And maybe it was maturity problems. Maybe it was his route running. But I don't know. But I think he definitely could be an impact on this team.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like when guys are, what I can't stand what the Eagles have done the past few years. If a receiver comes in, he gets a big catch, he goes to the sideline. I don't know what that's all about. Like if the receiver is hot, keep him in the game.
Yep, I hate that too.
I can't stand that. They did it with, I think with Whiteside. They did that. He'd make like even at the end of the 2019 season, he would get a good catch, and then he'd just run to the sideline.
Well,
like
that was him. That was him. He just
it's too hot out here.
He just needed his umbrella. He was done.
We got Nathan Rizzo with the super chat. Appreciate it much, man. He says cornerbacks turn heads after receiver blew by 20 yards.
Yeah, and they're like, "What's going on?" Yeah, it's all the time. It's so weird, and it's every corner. Every corner.
Yeah. Anthony Hands says, do you think Josh Sweat finally gets the snaps he deserves this season? He's our second most productive D lineman next to Graham, and we never put him on the field.
I don't think he's going to start because they're paying Derek Barnett $10 million. But he's going to get an opportunity. He may get more snaps this year. To me, I think he should be starting over Derek Barnett. It's just a money thing,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like when Sweat's on a rotation, he plays worse. I feel like the longer he's in a game, the better he gets.
I agree.
And I don't know. Maybe it's just, I don't know. But like you said, like, there's guys getting paid a lot more money. I mean, Josh Sweat is still young.
Yeah.
I mean, is he? I don't even know when his contract is up. I forgot when his contract is up.
I think he might have something coming up after this year, but I'm not positive.
I think he's like, 24, 25?
Yeah,
something
he's
like
young
that.
and he's gotten better each year, and he deserves more opportunity. The problem is how do you give him more opportunity and justify $10 million to Derek Barnett? That's why I don't understand the whole Derek Barnett signing.
Yeah, if Derek Barnett stays healthy, I mean, that's the question, too. If he doesn't stay healthy, then these other guys will get more of a chance.
Yep.
So we'll just see what happens. I mean, I think we agreed with I think one of the picks we didn't really like was the defensive tackle.
Right.
The guy with the name. I forgot his name. But
yeah, Tulupo.
He doesn't even look like a defensive tackle. He looks very undersized. Like, I don't know where they were going with that pick. I have no idea.
A lot of people say he was a third-round talent, but he dropped because of medical. But when he goes into the press conference and they ask him about the medical and he doesn't want to talk about it, that scares the hell out of me. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, well, I just heard this and this, but I'm good to go. It was, I don't want to talk about it. Whoa, crap.
Say Joey 500, some 6 Bob OMS. Joey 500, I've named the Dallas trade to leapfrog the Giants for Smith. The Howie special. Make a t-shirt.
I like it. The Howie special is pretty good.
Oh, my God. Brad Wright says, J-Jaw for some reason looks like Jerry Rice during camp. I hope they don't get fooled again. Even when J
He
Jaw
looks like Jerry Lice.
when J Jaw when he went in the preseason, he looked great. Like he was facing some obviously third, fourth, fourth stringers, but like okay, he was getting some some deep catches. He was doing good, but man, that was horrible.
He stinks. I have no confidence in him. None.
No, I don't either. I don't. I think he's done. I mean, I thought Devonta Smith was. I thought with him being drafted, he was done. Now you have like this, with Trevon Grimes that has this chip on his shoulder, this attitude coming into camp. Like, beware of him.
I think he's everything they thought they were getting out of the Umbrella Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought like J-Jaw coming out of the draft was like a good possession receiver, but
absolutely.
But had like was a little bit faster, had some good footwork. You know what I mean? Could make guys miss.
Yep.
But obviously we didn't get that. So.
Nope.
Ronnie Wise says he went to get his umbrella.
Exactly what he did.
I wonder what he says. Like he doesn't tweet out anything. I never see him tweet a thing. But I'm telling you, he's gonna.
Yeah, but his mom probably tweets out everything. He's probably like, "Mom, I need my umbrella." He made his mom hold the umbrella. He's taller. Why is he holding the umbrella? He's going to get his mom an umbrella for Mother's Day.
Oh, that's great. Let's see here. Papa Sora says Grimes is going to be wide receiver 3. He's going to be starting opposite of Smith or Rager in the slot. Calling it now.
All right. We'll see.
It's going to be interesting.
I think Rager's going to be in the slot, and I think the battle's going to be on that other side. That's what I think.
Jeff Bird says J-Jaw came from Stanford, so he probably is one of the smartest bursts in Eagles history, at least.
Yeah, apparently he's manufacturing umbrellas right now. Multi-billion-dollar industry.
Steven Badger says she's going to get him an umbrella for Mother's Day.
That's it.
But other than that, guys, I think we're gonna end it here. Actually, no, we have a super chat. I missed a super chat. I think I missed one. I got a super chat from Class Outage. Appreciate it very much, man. He says our biggest problem was hiding what we were doing. Nick is tricky though. How much would you bet we win the Super Bowl heading to DraftKings after this?
Hey, look, I'm sure the odds are ridiculous. Put $50 on, $100 on. You'll probably make a lot of money if we win.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to be in Vegas in June. I will be making my bets too, no doubt.
What do you do usually at the casino? Like, what's your game? What's your thing?
Craps. I like craps. I play a lot of craps. I like throwing a dice. I always get hot on that. So dice, and then I just like the sports book, and I like the horse racing.
When I went to college at Utica, I went to Turning Stone Casino, upstate New York, and I went to a casino for the first time, and obviously I didn't want to go crazy, but I did the slot machines a little bit. I think I won like $70, and I just stopped, and that was it. Like, and these other guys I went to school with, they were just at the tables, and they were like, I'm like, these guys are nuts, man. Like, I can't. I'm not a gambler. I'm really not.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You walked away with $70. I went to Atlantic City once with $60, got it up to about $3,500, and walked away with $60. So, that was a horrible night. But nowadays I'm older, so I know. Hey, look, I'm gonna blow this. If I lose all this, I'm okay with it. Beforehand, and then I stop. But I like to play craps. I like to throw the dice.
Yeah. Rubberger says, "Hey Joey, Syracuse here, man. Go to the Stone all the time." Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I used to go to Syracuse games for free. Obviously because we were like D2 and obviously Syracuse is D1, so we used to get into those games for nothing. I used to love it. It used to be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So. Other than that, guys, obviously, I really do appreciate everybody being here today. We'll be back next week. on Philly 500's channel next Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So please, if you guys haven't subscribed to Philly 500, I appreciate if you guys go to his channel, hit that sub button. You will be very happy with the content he brings out. He's got the memberships. Go. It's all great stuff, guys. You're missing out. Every little thing you can get off of Philly 500's channel, you're gonna enjoy a lot. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Guys haven't liked the stream up. It really does help a lot. And we have another super chat from Philly Fresh,
My man.
the General. He says, "Bye, guys. Make sure y'all hit the like."
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it. If you guys haven't subscribed to Philly Fresh's channel too, make sure you go over there and hit the subscribe button. Another Eagles content creator as well. And hoping we can all do something definitely soon. Can't get enough of Philly Fresh either. Definitely awesome. But other than that, guys, that's it. That's our 5th episode of the Philly Shakedown podcast. These weeks are going by quick, and obviously we'll be bringing these streams every single week. So check out, like I said, next Saturday, in case you guys missed, next Saturday, 9 p.m., Philly 500's channel. And we will see you guys later. So other than that, guys, that's it. Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.